All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is great to see you all. How's everybody doing? Back from DC and just had an absolutely incredible time. I'm going to schedule a separate debrief for all that type of stuff. I think No Fallen Heroes LLC is going to be doing a bunch of stuff, and I will might start doing some Friday psychedelic briefs and stuff like that, and I'll keep you in a loop with that. This is I'll give you a quick cliff notes. Hey, quick reminder: Max Afterburner episode 54 just dropped. That's my initial debrief of Costa Rica, so you can listen to that. And then tomorrow is going to be Susie. Thanks, Arrow. Then we'll get Arrow. Then we'll get Rosie. And we'll get Smurf as well. So everybody who did the Costa Rica trip is going to get a debrief. So really looking forward to hearing from everybody else, especially Arrow. So quick take on DC, man. I actually get what walking the halls of Congress means. Man, those are some big buildings and just, yeah. So it's interesting because I thought, it was going to be like a speech or something, right? So the night before, I'm all stressed out in my hotel room right now on my kneeboard cards, not writing a speech. I'm a bullet point guy. I just write like a bunch of bullet points and then I just talk. And then get there and Melissa's like, no, I don't, you guys just sit there and I'll ask you a couple questions. I'm like, oh boy. So I had no idea what I was going to say. And some of you actually got a chance to watch it either on YouTube or the live stream. I'm sure we're going to get I'll get it and I'll give it to you in case you didn't get a chance to watch. Rick Doblin had a massive film crew with him because I guess they're shooting a documentary about what Rick is doing. So there's Rick and I leaving the Capitol, massive film crew filming everywhere he went, except so we all talked, we all spoke. So that's Rick Doblin, obviously, from MAPS. That's Jesse Gould from Heroic Hearts. That's Melissa. She runs the Psychedelic Medicine Coalition. And that's Dr. Matthew Johnson from Johns Hopkins. Google his name, folks. And I mean, the dude is just massive researcher in this space. So it was just humbling. And then obviously Tim Ferriss had dialed in and was there for the Zoom. But so after we, they spoke, it was Tim, Rick, and Doc. And then obviously Jesse and I got up on stage, the veterans. And after that, it was literally walk in to meet lawmakers. So Rick and I split off. Doc and Jesse went to other lawmakers, but Rick and I sat with the chief of staff of Kay Granger. Kay Granger, the congresswoman whose district was my old fighter squadron. So they were like, holy crap, you're awesome type of thing. Yeah, they love the Naval Air Station, everything like that. And I gave them the brief on what we're doing, and they were blown away. Morgan Luttrell, I got to see him briefly. He was swamped. He actually had the chair the other day in the House of Representatives. But Morgan, I mean, obviously they're friendly. Morgan did the medicine. Marcus did the medicine, obviously. So we were preaching to the choir. So literally walked the halls of Congress for hours, meeting lawmakers, shaking hands, chiefs of staff, legislative assistants. And it's really interesting because one end of Capitol Hill or the bureaucracy around Washington, whether it's DOD, FDA, DEA, all the alphabets, they're all kind of like, yeah, man, this is awesome. This is incredible. You got to go talk to elected folks. We're, if they can give us air cover, if they can kind of omni, at least give us a wink and an elbow that this stuff is cool, we're on it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then, you talk to the politicians, they're like, why aren't these agencies moving? I'm like, no wonder this fucking sucks. No wonder this is all stupid. You guys cracked me up, man. Somebody needs to lead. So yeah, it was kind of this, Mexican standoff. But so Kay Granger's chief of staff was like, dude, can you come back and testify like no shit testify in front of our committee under oath, all that stuff. I'm like, done. I said, I'll give me 2 hours notice. I'll stop and get gas. I'll take our jet and I'll be up there, whatever you need. So that's the group. And that was just, that was awesome. So Daniel was there, Carcillo, Cody, had a great dinner. That Arrow was in town for. She was in town for some veterans electricity thing. So Arrow got to come to dinner and meet most of the folks. And it was just a God moment. It was pretty cool. I don't even remember what I said from the stage. You guys know me, man. I try and speak from the heart, and hopefully that came out. So, good stuff. Exactly. Heal Americans in America. I mean, what a crazy concept. I mean, sitting there, using that line to lawmakers, they kind of looked at me like, oh, well, yeah, that's right. I'm like, who's leading, folks? Who's leading? So anyway, it was awesome. Thank you for putting up with me being gone for a couple days, but I'm back. And this is, what's that have to do with trading? Everything. We're in accelerated retirement right now. This is it, right? Let me steal from the Mandalorian. This is the way. This is the way. We need to, if you're bullish on anything, which I'm not, except this, some Amazon and some psychedelics. It's coming. It's, talking to Rick and Dr. Johnson from Johns Hopkins. I mean, big pharma will be here. They can't not, right? If they're looking at these revenue streams like, holy shit, you're telling me a week in Costa Rica can heal people and they never need our crap again. We need to be taking over the week in Costa Rica stuff. I hate saying that, but I'm Gordon Gekko right now. We're in accelerated retirement. You want to make money? It's in this space, period. It's a lotto ticket at this point. I don't know who's going to make it, who's going to fail, who's going to whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's going to happen. Kind of like Bitcoin or crypto. If you're like a crypto Scientologist, like this stuff is the future, great. You can gamble on a coin with a dog on it or something like that and hope you're right, or you can do the underlying, right? You can do the blockchain. So the underlying would be what? Like healing real estate. I had like 1,000 emails and messages and stuff like that from investors, from people who are reaching out. At an old fund manager in New York from T3 just wrote me today. He's like, holy shit, man, I saw on your LinkedIn. I didn't know you're in the space. I run a cannabis thing and mushrooms and, let's talk. So this is the way. Healing is the way. And if, Jesse and I ain't anybody special, but if people are going to listen to veterans, maybe we can turn warriors into peacemakers, and this would be a better place. So great stuff. Again, don't want to take up too much time, but it was humbling to be in Washington. I meditated that morning, and I kind of had tears in my eyes. I said, Dad, I made it to Washington, and it was pretty cool. All right. Also in Washington, upstairs from us or near us was Jerome Powell. Also near us was what? Dr. Redfield from the CDC. Our government, it's gross. It's a disgrace what's going on. From the Tucker Carlson stuff, did you watch last night? The shaman, the guy who's in prison for 4 years, being escorted around by Capitol Police. And they already have their excuse matrix out. Like, well, we were just kind of trying to diffuse him, so we let him in. Like there's one video of like 9 Capitol Police just standing around as they're actually trying to help this shaman with the buffalo hat on, like, get into the thing. The government said he led this insurrection. He was the central point. They have like a half an hour of him just kind of walking around by himself, looking around, a couple cops with him, hanging out. Are you fucking kidding me? And in the United States of America, if you have any evidence, first of all, not only exculpatory, but any evidence as the prosecution, you have to fucking turn it over. This is torch stuff. You want to see an insurrection, Washington? It's this type of shit. The prosecutors had exculpatory videotape of this guy, and he's in prison for fucking whatever. It's a disgrace. The prosecutor should be disbarred, arrested, and tried. The judge, who didn't get to see all these videos, should be furious right now. I would have called them last night if I was the judge and said, be in my chambers at 0600 and bring a change of clothes because you might not be wearing a coat and tie for too long. But nobody cares. It's the greatest thing, worst thing that ever happened in our country since the Civil War. These people are stupid. Attorney General Merrick Garland is a liar. 5 officers died that day. None of them died that day. This one guy was hit in the head with a fire extinguisher and he died. That's a fucking lie. It's all a lie. And the 4 others, I think, died over the coming weeks and months. But Merrick Garland on TV said yesterday, or whenever it was, that 5 officers died that day. It's a lie. I mean, you can't even, there's nothing more to say than you can't get any worse, but nobody cares. Why am I rambling about this, folks? But yeah, the only person that was murdered was the Air Force female veteran. But ladies and gentlemen, why am I rambling about this? Because Dr. Redfield's like, oh yeah, I said, hey man, at least it's plausible that this thing came from a lab. Nope, they shut him down and sidelined him. Did you see yesterday that a bunch of researchers who initially came out and said, yeah, it's most likely came from that lab. Email from Fauci, couple huge grants from Fauci. We have changed our mind on this. He should be thrown in jail. He's committed perjury. You commit perjury, you go to jail. A government official does. We called this, nice sniper shot. We called this on day one. If you're in the sniper, if you logged in early and got it, you're welcome for $650. If you're still holding it, hold it, because now it's down at 70 cents, 65, and dropping. Look at that, man. I love this shit. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd be gone. Making $600 today, I'd be going to the beach right now. Trading like that, open, pop, and drop, and then you're done. That's all you need to do. $900. How many of you just made $900? So, Tabibi and Schellenberger, you should see what they're it doesn't, you cannot, even if you're a Hollywood producer, write a worse script. The federal government, the FBI, the law enforcement arm of this country, working with private companies to censor speech or to monitor speech. You guys know how many social media accounts I lost? It's the government. My God, the Democratic Party, anti-government and power to the people. So all the people in the 60s and 70s that hated big companies and hated the government, trust no one over 30, are now the double, quadruple vaxxed, mask on in their biopic. You listen to the government. And if you don't have the same opinion as me, we're coming after you. What? All these subversive people, as they got older, turned into the system. This shit, people should be going to jail. This is Soviet Union stuff, folks. Unbelievable. The FBI and Twitter. You know who interfered in an election? Not the fucking Russians, folks. Your own government. The FBI and the limousine liberal tech companies. For 4 or 5 years, they frothed at the mouth that Donald Trump was a Russian agent and the Russians got... None of it was true. This is what was going on. This is why I hate when people throw that I word around. It was an insurrection. Don't fucking push us. Clean this stuff up or you will see an insurrection. That's not me talking tough. This country was founded on an insurrection, overthrowing a king, a tyranny. It's in our genes, folks, that if we the people ain't digging what's going on, we the people can change it. That's not insurrectionist Whiz talking. That's American patriot Whiz. My son is down in Miami right now taking a test again. He wants to get a little bit of a higher score on his OCS aptitude test. I do not want him to serve this country. I saw a bunch of veterans walking around on Capitol Hill. The VFW guys with their hats. I was talking to people. I bumped into the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. He asked me what I was doing, and I told him. He's like, holy crap. I don't know about this stuff. I'm like, you want to reduce veteran suicide, Mick Pond? We need to talk. This is a disgrace, folks. We are losing our republic. Kind of like we're already in World War III. There's a civil war going on right now, folks, actually, but this one is actually quite civil. Back in the day, we didn't have phones and this and news programs. Did you hear this is going on? No, I didn't. Let me go get my musket. It breaks my heart to talk like this, folks. It breaks my heart. 16 good friends gone in 15 years of fighter aviation with 3 suicides. They are spinning in their graves. So, I am not a Donald Trump guy. I can't stand him. He's a narcissist. I can't stand everything. But I'm going to go Bill Clinton on this. I can take the man away from his behavior. Oh, okay, that's right. The most powerful man in the world has an affair with an intern. It doesn't get any more Me Too than that, but you excuse it because he's a Democrat. You excuse it. I will separate the man from his policies. Okay, I'm going to do that with Trump. So if DeSantis runs, I'm a DeSantis guy. If he doesn't, but the problem with Trump with me, folks, is he's a lot of talk. FBI Director Wray sucks. I can't believe he sucks so bad. Well, maybe if the guy who hired him could fire him. I couldn't stand Donald Trump when he did this shit. Leadership by Twitter. Do something, Trump. Don't, the swamp's dangerous and it's an ugly place. Fucking drain it, dude. I'd go into the Pentagon and be like, how many of you admirals and generals became made flag under Obama or Biden? You're all fired. Or I'm sorry, you're not fired. You need a couple years for your retirement. You're on the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Polar Star, and you're all going to the Arctic. You're gone. Anyway, just being in D.C. as all this stuff was going. There's news everywhere, and Jerome Powell, and then this stuff. It was nuts. Just walking the halls of Congress, literally massive buildings. Was insane. But I got to tell you, man, and I first of all, I could never do that. First of all, I don't want the pay cut, and second of all, I just, who was it, Sky or Luda or somebody posted that picture of Al Pacino with the flamethrower. What was that? Scent of a Woman. That was a great post. Whoever posted that. Yeah, exactly. They couldn't get into the Coast Guard. It was 5 years. If it was me 5 years ago, I would have. The guy's gross. Everybody, Shrek's good. Shrek got released. They gave him a Purple Heart of Memphis. It was a pretty funny presentation. So Heed is taking care of him. So I posted this from Shrek. So he's in a year. There's Aaron and I at dinner. In a year from now, they said Shrek won't remember this happened. He should be back in the cockpit in 4 to 6 months. So I'm looking forward to that. Where was that picture? It was pretty funny. That literally made me laugh out loud. Oh, how about Elizabeth Warren going after Jerome Powell? That was freaking awesome. Right back down to 3,000, or I'm sorry, 4,000 on SPX. Now maybe even take a look at a bull put spread on SPX. But oh, here it is. This was funny. Who was that? Ding posted that. Where'd the picture go? Why did the picture just disappear? Whatever. It was Pacino and Scent of a Woman, but it was pretty funny. All right, let's go ahead and get airborne finally. But this is the fact that the liberal media, this isn't shocking, right? The fact that the liberal media let the January 6th commission just be completely one-sided. We had 2 Republicans. No, they weren't. They had an R after their name. Nancy Pelosi picked them. It wasn't an independent commission. The media used to be speak truth to power, ask questions. Madam Speaker, where are the 14,000 hours of videotape? We'll sit here. No, we're only going to show you a couple clips. It was gross. It is gross. a Democrat who actually loves this country would be sitting at these hearings going, this is insanity. I can't believe this happened. But they were part of it. The Civil War has already begun, folks. Take care of you, your family, your loved ones, and just get ready. China increases its military budget by 7.1% to boost combat preparedness for major tasks. It's not a matter of if, but when. Xi Jinping has told his military by 2027, between now and 2027, we are fully ready for an amphibious assault of this island. What's Aquino or whatever his name is, the 4-star in the Pacific. I mean, that 4-star Air Force general from Air Mobility Command or whatever the Air Force stuff is was like, get your shit together between now and the next 2 years. Get your will together. I read the Rand report or whatever, the war games. A on us in getting involved in Ukraine. We're losing 3 carrier battle groups, our bases in Guam. It was a Tom Clancy novel reading this thing, folks. 100,000 losses projected on the United States and our quote allies side. The Japanese. This is so either you ready for this? let's end this part of the brief really quick. Either this is going to happen or it's not. Now I know you paid a lot of money to get in here, and that seems stupid, but it's the truth. Either Xi Jinping is either Taiwan is coming back. I hate talking like that because I believe they're an independent country. Either Xi is they're either going back peacefully or not. That's kind of Xi Jinping's he's a thug, he's a hood, he's a mafia don. We can do this 2 ways. You can do it the easy way or the hard way. What do you all think is going to happen? So in the next 4 years, folks, this is why we started doing 6 month out-ish, treads or hedges or whatever. The hair on the back of my neck is standing up, man. Taiwan's, and again, with 2 sons wanting to serve in the United States Navy. You think I want my children in the Strait of Taiwan battling? I get it. Taiwan's a free, independent nation. How about the world steps up? How about Europe step up even more in Ukraine? Democrats for years, for decades, frothed at the mouth against Reagan and Bush or whoever. We're not the world's policemen. Okay, we're not. I agree with you now. No, we are. Okay, because your guy's in charge. And the lobby, walking the halls of Congress felt skeezy. I could see the suits, you could tell who lobbyists were. I can read energy, man. Oh, you know what was one of the cool things? You know, Jesse had just gotten back from Peru. And I had just gotten back, 2 weeks ago from Costa Rica. Rick Doblin pulled, he's like, Whiz, I could tell, you just got back from doing some medicine work. He's like, you looked it and you were speaking your truth and you were speaking from the heart. So as I'm walking the halls of Congress, I could, you guys know me. I don't want to talk weird, but this isn't weird. I could read it. I could see the energy. I could see souls, and I could see souls, but you can see the shell, right? If you have a moment, go take a look at Daniel Carcillo's Twitter or the Psychedelic Medicine Coalition's Twitter, because we were all attacked. I didn't even know what the term manel meant. M-A-N-E-L. There was a bunch of feminists that were destroying us. Bunch of white dudes. Dr. Rachel Yehuda was invited. I forget the other. Both of them had scheduling conflicts. So we called these guys. These feminists are so blinded, right? We have Rosie, we have Arrow. Our chief medical officer is a tomcat, a badass tomcat lady. But in the halls of Congress, people are like, oh, look, another panel of white men. It's a manel. Really? That's what you're focused on. And Aaron stepped right in front of the fire and said, hey, why don't you all throttle back? Why don't you focus on the fact that these folks are standing for truth and healing. I'm getting there as quick as I can. So it's a God moment that we have Rosie and we have Arrow on our team for this type of stupidity. I don't see shells anymore, man. Did I in the past? Of course I did. I was a sinner. I am a sinner. I'm a much better human being from doing the medicine. I don't see freaking shells anymore. Or I do see the shells. I see the soul, but the shells are pretty damn good. All right, let's go. Ukraine hit by one of Russia's biggest missile barrages this year. Whoa. Not going to waste too much time on this. Speaker McCarthy said what to Zelensky yesterday? Like, yay, Ukraine, but I'm kind of good on a visit. Bakhmut looks like it fell. It's 90% in Wagner hands. The head of Wagner is standing near the World War II monument in that city. The West, of course, Secretary Austin, Zelensky, the NATO chief are all saying what? It's not strategically important. Then why are you killing as many of your own Ukrainian troops as possible? If it's not a big strategic thing and it's just a little bit of a speed bump, pull your troops out and live to fight another day. So they're already lowballing the loss of this city. Spring is a month or two away in Ukraine, and they're both preparing for all-out assaults. Not one word about peace. Not one word. I'm not going to tell you the lawmaker's office, and they were listening and they were like, whoa, this is awesome. And veterans, yay, veterans. And this was a God moment because I kind of threw this on the end. I said, well, one of our guys, as part of No Fallen Heroes, is probably running around Ukraine as I talk right now, doing his best. And guess what he has found out? He talked to like the chief of staff of the Ukrainian general staff or whoever and briefed him on what we're doing with our veterans. And the guy's like, whoa, maybe we need this for our vets. And they all sat in their chair up a little bit like, oh my God, that's a good point. We need to be helping their veterans. And I swear to God, old me was going to jump across the table. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? We have to help their veterans? You're sitting up a little taller because it was one of those things like, I'm like, well, let me add this at the end. And the shift was like, oh my God, yeah. Like maybe we can add money in the next round, $1 billion to help Ukrainian vets. Unbelievable or very believable. Lawmaker from Wisconsin. Moving on. So I didn't laugh at this. I was going to say we laughed at this last week. Yeah, exactly. They get pensions. So the fact that one of our, I can't even believe, thank you, God, for making me say that. I mean, maybe that's got to be an approach I take. Maybe I can get lawmakers' attentions by saying Ukrainian veterans need this. You can't make this shit up. So we are at war with Russia, but Ukrainians are doing the fighting. Let me ask you a question. I don't want this to happen, clearly. Since our leadership class in America, in D.C., it is the Beltway, folks. It's so funny. I remember walking these halls and sitting in these offices, and I'm like, this is an echo chamber. The Beltway. I was sitting there like somebody's, some dude on a farm in Indiana right now. It's just they're so disconnected from America that I can see the trappings and the this and the dinners and the that and it really is it's a thing. But let me ask, if they all believe we truly are at war with Russia, what happens if, not going to say when, if Ukraine loses? Or Putin ends up taking a quarter of Ukraine. However this thing ends, do we chalk this up as another loss? Or do we throw Ukraine under the bus and Zelensky like, well, they kind of sucked. I mean, we did our best, but they lost it. We didn't. So, again, maybe the title of my next book is You Cannot Be Half Pregnant in War. If You get dragged kicking and screaming to the worst possible thing a human can do to another human, which is war. Make it violent, make it a horror so it's quick. Nope. We're never going to send tanks. Here's some tanks. We're never going to do fighter jets. They're in the RAG flying Vipers right now. Every day that goes by, young Russians and Ukrainians are being turned into dust, cosmic dust. So if, not when, if Ukraine, I don't see an off-ramp. Is there an off-ramp where Russia can declare victory and Putin look good and also Ukraine go, yay, we beat the Russian horde? I don't see that. The Ukrainians are talking like, well, we're going to see our tanks in Red Square. Oh, my God, man. Even if you believe that, please don't say that. Putin, you see? You see, my fellow Russians? It's World War II all over again. They're coming this way. We initially got kicked in the balls by German troops, and then look what happened. We were in Berlin. It's heartbreaking to talk like this. Charles, I can't. I will become the biggest peacenik on the planet. Ain't no way my kids are going to fight in Ukraine, even if they're in the Navy. All right, let's go. Stock futures, we're kind of wavering. I mean, this was easy. Did everybody? I had some nice emails and texts while I was gone about the pivot. I mean, that wasn't hard, folks. I mean, with our treads and hedges, we nailed this. And then I told you last Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm like, no, get ready for a technical bounce. Ain't nothing going to be behind it other than the selling is going to be exhausted. We'll get a technical bounce and then down. So this isn't hard, folks. It's actually quite easy and fun. But look, I mean, right back to what? 4,000, the moving average. We talked about what did I say 15 minutes ago? Take a look at a bull put spread snipe. And if you had done that, you're making maybe another $900 right now. Nice pop. But tomorrow is tomorrow. And what's tomorrow? Big day. It's interesting because, right here, Jerome testifying as I'm walking around. Well, let's just get to that right now. So let's go Jerome first. Jerome Powell, ladies and gentlemen, how many times have we heard him talk and you hear me say this? The dude was hawkish. He said he's going to do his job. No, rally. All right. I guess I'm wrong. Nope. The markets tremble, but the Fed chief, this is a Wall Street Journal opinion. Like, hey, man, full steam ahead for Jerome Powell. The fact that the guy said, where's the quote? Right here. The latest economic data have come in stronger than expected, which suggests that the ultimate level of interest rates is going to be higher than what we've been talking about. I will say this. It cracks me up, folks, that the markets were like, oh, my God, I can't believe he just said that. Have you not been paying attention? There's him right there. Boom. Again, folks, we laugh at, I don't laugh, but I chuckle at my buddies who are long-only funds, folks. Markets tend to go up because what? And the average American is what? Buy and hold or long or markets go up. Well, over time, markets go up, but operationally and tactically, they either go down hard or they chop sideways. This was if the totality of the data were to indicate that faster tightening is warranted, we're going to do that. In other words, the Fed could go higher and faster than it has already telegraphed. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, there's little sign disinflation thus far. Whoa. And ladies and gentlemen, what did he do? The tail tried to wag the dog for the past couple months. I heard a little birdie told me that the Fed is going to raise their terminal rate. And Whiz was on board with that. I'm like, you know what? I know the Fed ain't political, but if this ain't working, they're going to raise the Jerome Powell. I was wrong, unless they do. He's saying they're not going to do it until they do it. So I could still be right, but he was pretty firm. Like, no, he gave himself wiggle room. I think it was kind of we're comfortable with 2%. That's our target rate, and we're sticking with it until they don't. So, wow. Full steam ahead for Jerome Powell. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, jobs and inflation. Investors are looking for clarity after recent data surprises. Let's go to the tape. Tomorrow, average hourly earnings, non-farm payroll, folks. Remember, this one was like, holy crap, 517. They're looking for that to break down in half. So here's why I'm a little iffy on this. That was insane. 517 was nuts. Looking for that to drop in half. Here's the weird zone. If it comes in 517 or hotter, look out below. We're down to 39.50 in the blink of an eye. That was a nice sniper shot. Get ready to reload and do a bear call spread. This is free money, folks. So here's what I'm getting at. The gray area would be in between here. If it comes in hotter than forecast, but lower than the last time, does the market go yay? This is a weird one. This is weird. So this is one of those. I'm going to take some snipes and eat some popcorn. But I've been thinking through this, talked to some folks, catching up with my mastermind group. Obviously, we've seen these pop, drop, pop, drop, pop, and this one came in. The next one was half, right? So again, the market likes seeing what? The market likes seeing kind of like good news. Well, it's not as horrible. So rally. So we could actually get a hot jobs number, but the market go, no, we're okay. So really interesting. But folks, looking at the Fed's fund futures, right? Looking at all the science, quote unquote, behind this, and Pocahontas, in her testimony was pretty was pretty interesting. She's like, she went after him hard. Like, hey, if you keep raising, 2 million people are going to lose their jobs. He was undeterred. She's like, what do you have to say to those people? He's like, what do I have to say to the average everyday American who's burning to death from inflation? He was good. She kept trying to make it personal, like 2 million people are going to be out of work. You know me. You know why I'm not the Fed chief. I would have been like, Madam Senator, do your fucking job. I have 2 jobs. These are my 2 bullet points. You're an elected official. I'm not. Here's my 2 jobs. I'm going to do them. Do your job. How dare you talk to me? Nah. Fire me. If you want me to be a job-saving Fed, make your Congress write it down, have the president sign it, and get it to me. Until then, do your job. So we know this is coming because the Democrats don't want to take responsibility for billions and billions and trillions of dollars of spending that caused the raging inflation. Washington needs a fall guy, and an unelected bureaucrat is going to get tagged with it. I guarantee you. But this is a really good Booger Eater article about my 2023 prediction. Bigger shit show, bigger train wreck, deeper recession, bigger bear market. Today was interesting. The WTF chart of the day, jobless claims finally rise as layoffs soar at the fastest pace since Lehman Brothers. Whoa. There's Whiz and the Board of Trade, a little chunkier, a lot younger. Whoa. is this the market starting to break? Whenever you see a headline like that, worse since Lehman, that's never a good thing. Technically, though, that's why I think the market, we had this rally at the open. That was a pretty bad economic, it was a pretty bad economic print, which is what? Good news for the market. Here we are, folks. Make sure you're flying, using your brain. A really bad jobs number like that means Jerome Powell, everything he said earlier in the week's bullshit. No, folks. We got to use our thinking brains. Jerome Powell, ladies and gentlemen, when he was sitting there the other day with Elizabeth, knew this number today. He knows Friday's jobs number, and he spoke like that. That tells me that the headline is true, full steam ahead. So this little pop, this is why I knew this morning, I fired that sniper at the open. I'm like, wait for the SPX turn, because it will. You could maybe reload that bear call spread that we shot first thing this morning. Okay. Where's my card? All right. So we have, hopefully you're managing your hedges appropriately. You could be doing, or hopefully you've been doing, it's not in this portfolio. This is AR. We have a dog fighting opportunity to, on SPX, you can be getting in and out of those short puts. Does anybody have any questions on that? Are you doing that? We talked about this, I think, before I left, right? On Monday, on this pop, I said, get out of those short puts. And as the market implodes, or when the market implodes again, you get back into them. Did everybody do that? Everybody good? Everybody managing their dogfight? Let's take a look at let's see what the at the money straddle is for tomorrow for the jobs number. March 9, March 10, 4010. Whoa, look at this. $50 for tomorrow. Wow. Look at this, folks. $50. That is a wide at the money straddle. So technically $100 wide, right? 50 and 50. 50 is 100. Look at that. 40, essentially, let's just round. 40-50 and 40-60 and 39-60. Wow. You could drive a truck through that at the money straddle for tomorrow. So there's enough volatility. You could do, this would be, let's talk through this. This would be a little aggressive-ish. Hold on. What did I say? 40, so 40-50 and 39-60 kind of down here. I mean, this is what, what I'm thinking, right? Wide iron Condor and play with it, right? Let's dabble for tomorrow. 40-60. 65. Wow. I mean, that's a 50-point rally from here, right? Duh, Whiz, you just showed us the at the money straddle. It's a 50-point rally from here. I'm wowing myself. And then obviously the 39.60, let's just do that, should be $50 too. I just like confirming the numbers for myself. 39.55. Yep. You know what? Let's build that. Let's go 15 and 15. I want to build this. And you guys know me. I have the uncanny ability. How many times do I put on these lucky strike ones? And they're not even close, right? When I fire them, And by the end of the day, it's like right around my lucky strike one. If you add $5 to whatever I do on my snipes, you'd be filthy freaking rich. I mean, most of them turn out pretty good, but it's funny how I'm like, and I picked it perfectly. Just going to make me work a little bit. Yeah, I want to take a look at what the overall risk of the Iron Condor would be. So that's, risking 59 to make 17. That would be a pretty big implosion. 39.65. I mean, that if we get a super hot jobs number tomorrow, market will implode down. It'll be down. I don't know if it's going to go all the way down to these moving averages. Well, here's what I'm rambling about. So that's 50, risking 59 to make 17. Risking 59 to make 17. So I'm going to say about $3,000 total. Let's just throw this all together. Calls, sell by 15.15. And it was the third, or 40.60. 40.65. Let me save a lot of you some time. If you're not, this. Yeah, risking 42 to make $3,300. This is not a bad looking trade. But let me, I designed it out here because just a bull put spread or just the bear call spread was risking $5,800 or whatever. But you could do a wide iron condor and risk less than you would with a single spread. I like this trade. And this is right around the at the money straddle. There is a distinct possibility that it goes out either way. Right? We get a blindingly hot jobs number, the market will implode. We get if it comes in really light, what's really light? 224 or less, rally. But folks, here's why I like this, what the trade we're looking at right now. Even if it comes in light, which I don't think it'll be super light because of what this guy said, right? This guy, you will get the initial, when the jobs number prints first thing in the morning, you will get an initial knee-jerk reaction, period. Algos fire, stuff fires, black boxes are shooting, Excel sheets are adding, subtracting. Then ladies and dudes are going to drink their coffee and digest it. If you listened, like I did, to what Jerome was saying the other day, this, whatever this is, it doesn't matter what this is. He knows what it is. It doesn't matter. The fact that this guy said, we might be higher than where we previously forecast. Holy crap. So this one jobs report, folks, is not going to, this is why I'm talking about when the humans get involved, even if it's a quote good, a bad but good, like, oh, he's not going to keep going. After I drink my coffee, if I was sitting in my firm in Chicago, I'd be like, okay, well, that reaction's wrong. Did you not hear his testimony? Jerome Powell didn't wake up this morning and go, holy crap, the jobs numbers are light. Hey, other Fed chiefs, we don't need to do what I said this week. Does that make sense? That's not going to happen. The guy was pretty clear this week. When the opinion page of the Wall Street Journal says full steam ahead for Jerome Powell, one jobs report tomorrow isn't going to go, never mind, I'll stop. Is that tracking? I know that was a lot of rambling for a commit criteria, but I don't think the bias is to the upside, so to speak. It can initially, like knee-jerk reaction, algo's fired. This is where you got to use your brain. This is where this is. So I like this. This is not a bad-looking trade. And you could dogfight this trade tomorrow. Hey, initial opening pop. And that's what I do. I would dogfight this tomorrow. Let's say you get this iron condor on, and then you do an initial, whatever the initial reaction is, get out of the one that's profitable. And then once the humans get into work and digest stuff, it might do the exact opposite. I think tomorrow's going to be a very volatile day. How about I should have started with that. Yeah, Eric. So you'd see a lot of action in the futures market. What time is the jobs report? It is BMO. It is before market open. 8:30. Okay, so it would be you. So this is what I'm talking about. So as soon as that number comes out at 8:30, you're going to see a lot of pre-market shit all over the place. And then the opening bell is going to have a massive something. I have no idea. It's a coin flip, up or down. I have no idea. But that's what I'm getting at is whatever the initial reaction would be, you could close the winning spread. Let it ride, let it ride. The odds that the opening reaction stays like that and just finishes the day, the odds are it can happen. I don't think it would for all the reasons I just rambled through. Whatever that reaction would be, unless, again, it's some sort of blindingly good or blindingly bad. If it's insanely good or bad, you might get in at the opening reaction and then the rest of the day. But I don't feel it, right? This is over 3 decades of doing this stuff. This is why we do SOT. You can't just sit here and be a booger eater and look at candles and stuff. You got to use your thinking brain, man. Right? And that's what we do here at Top Gun Options. So I don't mind this one. This would be nice and wide. All right, 2:30. So up here is a bull put spread. I went a little $5 inside the at the money straddle. So sell 15 of the 39.65s, buy 15 of the 39.60s. That's your bull put spread of this iron condor. The bear call spread, sell 15, 40, 60, buy 15, 40, 65. Let me grab a screenshot. I haven't sent out an email or text for the weekly debrief in a while, but this is, and I think I'm actually working with Jack today. I might put this in Jack's personal account. Jack's going to major in business at CU Boulder, and one of his big business projects is going to be a psychedelic assisted therapy company. It's really cool because Susie's uncle is the chancellor. Phil DeStefano Jack got into CU on his own. Uncle Phil's like, never even looked at anything. He got in on his own. They never even. Now, if he didn't get in, I'm sure I would have picked up the phone and said, what the fuck? But we didn't have to do that. But anyway, I'm bringing that up because when Jack and I were having dinner with Annie Vaughn and Uncle Phil, he's like, I know all the VC firms in Boulder. He's like, I have them come in to the business school and the kids can pitch price. He's like, we've had students in our business school start companies and be picked up. And when I briefed him on what we're doing, and he had known what I'm doing with the No Fallen Heroes Foundation and stuff like that, he's like, I will, it's Colorado. He's like, the governor, I think, asked him or one of his heavies at CU to be on this advisory panel. They're picking like a 15-person advisory panel in the state of Colorado for the integration of the psychedelic assisted therapy. What am I rambling about? Sorry about that. Risking 4 to make 34. It's a football trade, right? If you're not familiar with an iron condor, these are the uprights, right? As long as the football somehow goes through it doesn't have to go through the middle. Hell, it can hit one of the uprights as long as it goes in. We have 2 break evens, to the downside, to the upside. But you could dogfight this trade tomorrow as it moves around. This is why you want to be in Lifetime. This is why you want to be in the Hunters, because I will be sitting here tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a freaking snipe day. These days, we could do some good sniping. Shit. Why did I close that? All right, let me rebuild that real quick. March 10th, sell 15, 39.65. That was stupid. 65.60. Here's that one. Add option, sell by 15. Sorry about that. Call. 49.60. Yep, exactly. If you had done you could have done 1, 2, 3 snipers. I'd reload the initial bear call spread. Well, I said that 15 minutes ago. You could be sniping away right now in the background. 49.65, right? And it was 230 or 220. All right, cool. Same metrics. Measure twice, cut once. All right, that's a good looking trade. Yeah, correct, Mike. Exactly. You manage it. There wouldn't be a max loss of 4,200. Exactly. You get in and out. You manage the spreads. Lawrence, yeah, I saw that. Like Mitch McConnell fell at a fundraiser last night. He's like 81. I mean, God bless everybody. First of all, God bless Ukrainians and Russians. God bless everybody. But Mitch McConnell's got to go, folks. These 80 plus octogenarians. Who's the guy from Idaho or Indiana? The other dude, Grossley. Jesus, guy's going to be like 90. Dianne Feinstein. My God, that poor woman. Was it 2 weeks ago? Somebody's like, "So you're retiring? That's awesome." She's like, "I didn't. Who put that out? Your office did." Oh, well, I unbelievable. He is pretty sharp. Eric, I love the guy, but So if you sat in the brief today and actually listened to me when I said to fire a sniper, you've probably made over $2,000 so far. There was a snipe here. I said bull put spread here. I said reload the initial snipe here. This is what happens the day before, like a job report. We're going to snake. This is going to be a snake the rest of the day. So you could have done in the 57 minutes we've been talking, you could have done 1, 2, 3 snipers. This one gets back down to here. I'd get out of the bear call spread, and I'd fire another one on a bull put spread. Free money. Okay. I think I'm good, man. Shameless plug. Be in Lifetime or be in the Hunters, because that's where the snipers go. I will text and email this trade at right now to the weekly debrief. Look at that. So there's Tony. Tony made $3,500 on those snipers today. Listen to me, right? I love the folks that like, dude. I when you say something in the background, I'm on it. I'm like, good. I mean, I guess I could do a better job stopping and doing that stuff, but this isn't, TGO isn't about day trading or sniping. The investment clubs are. Top Gun Options and Full Throttle is about training, but that's why you log in early, right? Because this is fun stuff. I enjoy those things. I enjoy the snipes and helping people make money. Let me take a look and see if I got anything else in here. Nope, we're good. No, yeah. It is a sniper day, even for the mastermind. Or, I mean, the long only people are not doing anything today. We're waiting for the job report. So good stuff. Again, great week. If you're on Twitter, do me a favor, throw me a follow. I'm trying to build my Twitter following after having 6,000 followers and losing a shitload of accounts. Trying to get back. So this is my account. Yeah, it is. Click on profile. Yeah, I'll share it right here. But yeah, go take a look at all the tweets that people are posting, the pictures from the events and stuff like that. But I'll get a better debrief from the DC visit after I get Aaron and Rosie and Susie and Smurf debriefing on the podcast. So make sure you listen to the podcast, because it's my first Costa Rica debrief right there. Okay. Quick reminder, if you drop a nice review, which means a 5-star review, if you drop a 5-star review, send me a screenshot of it and I'll send you a book of your choice. Or, you ready for this? If you drop a 5-star review today if you go on Apple Podcasts and drop a 5-star review, I'll send you both books. Shoot me an email, and I'll address one of the books to somebody if you want to give it to them as a gift or a birthday present. How about that? I'm in a good mood. Drop a 5-star review of the podcast, and I'll send you both books. Just send me your address. Okay? All right, guys. Awesome week. Good stuff. Full throttle next week. Going to be fun and a lot of good stuff ahead. Even though there's a lot of bad in the world, there's a lot of good. I'm telling you, man, the chart of this world and this country going downhill is coinciding with the chart of the rise of healing and these medicines. Not for everybody. This is not for everybody. But if we can make peacemakers out of warriors, maybe we can all heal. Okay. So, all right, guys. Aaron, next week's the free week. So we're just going to open up the doors to a bunch of free folks. So Aaron, if you can share this link, send it to your family, friends, everybody. We're gonna do open up the doors next week because it's been a while. So awesome. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. I'll see you all next week.